everyone, I'm back again. In part 5 video of chapter 6, you'll learn about the correct syntax for a function parameter list and the syntax of a function with an empty parameter list. In other words, a function that doesn't use parameters. You'll also learn more about the return statement. Do you remember what the actual parameter list is? The actual parameter list is when you call or use a function. So how are you supposed to use the parameters that come with that function? Well, you'd have your expression or variable, comma, your expression or variable, comma, etc. So just like I showed you earlier, you'd have with power x, comma, y. So x and y would be your actual parameter list when it's used in a call. The formal parameter list can be empty. It doesn't have to have a value. In that case, you just have two parentheses with nothing in it. A call to a value returning function with an empty formal parameter list is just like this. Function, parentheses, and nothing in between them, just like your function main. The return statement allows the program to return a value outside of your function. This return value can be sent back to function main, or it can be sent to another function. It just depends on how the program's designed. You have seen the return statement with a 0 following it in a function main program. This slide provides details on how to use the return statement. So the return statement has this syntax: return, then an expression. You're used to seeing a 0 here, but it doesn't have to be. It could even be a variable. In C++, return is a reserved word. When a return statement executes, the function will immediately terminate. So when it sees that return statement, the function says, oh, I'm finished. Control then goes back to the caller. So if the call was done in function main, it would go back to function main. If the call was made in some other function, it would go to that function. When a return statement executes in the function main, the program terminates. And you've seen that before. You see return at the end of function main, and it has a 0, and that ends the whole entire program. Not just a loop, not just a function. It ends the program. The program terminates when a return statement is in function main. This slide provides a detailed look at the syntax of the return statement. So here we have the function heading, right here, double, larger, parentheses, double x, double y. These are the formal parameters because they are part of the function heading. The function return type, in other words, the value that comes out of this function is going to be a double, and the function name is larger. Now this whole program determines the larger of the two numbers x and y, okay? So it says double max. So we're declaring this variable. This is a local variable. It's only used in this function and nowhere else. So this is a local variable because it's not used in any other function, only in this one. And once you leave this function, you no longer need it, okay? If x is greater than or equal to y, max is going to equal x. So if x is 10, then max will be 10, and 10 would be returned back to the function that called this function. If y is greater, then y is going to equal max, and the value of y will be sent back to the function that called this program. Okay, so you can actually use a variable here to send values back to another function, and that could be function main or some other function. In the next part, you're going to learn about function calls and function prototypes. See you there.